Is Meridian the fastest growing city in Idaho? For the last 5 to 10 years, this town has been featured on so many top 10 lists, it's a little obnoxious at this point. And maybe that's why you're watching this video. In the last 5 years, Meridian's population has grown by over 40,000 people. We're gonna take a closer look at some of the things that make Meridian such an ideal home for so many people, where it's at on the map, what the current real estate trends are, and most importantly, what living in Meridian is really like. I'm talking about the best places to hang out, cool things to do around town, and of course, the best neighborhoods.
I've been an agent here for the last 7 years, and I'd love to use my local knowledge and expertise to help you make a plan to find the perfect home here in the Treasure Valley. If that's you and you're thinking of making that move, find my information down below, get a hold of me. I'd love to meet you and help you with your move to Idaho.
Meridian is situated almost right in the center of the Treasure Valley, which is right in between two mountain ranges, the Boise Mountains and the Owyhee Mountains. It's also smack dab in the middle of the major cities in the valley too. You've got Boise, our claim to fame, on the east side of the valley, Nampa, Idaho to the west, Eagle, Idaho on the north side, and then Kuna to the south. The major benefit of this is that you're in the center of the action when it comes to your proximity and drive time to all the fun things that the valley as a whole has to offer. So if you're meeting some friends in Eagle, that's about a 15-minute drive. Maybe you work in downtown Boise, again, a 15 to 20-minute drive. Or let's say you're going to a concert at the Ford Idaho Center located in Nampa, that's only 20 minutes away from Meridian. On the other side of that coin though, Meridian does see a lot of traffic, not only from its own residents, but from people commuting through town on their way home. One of the notorious examples of this is Eagle Road north of the freeway. It's always fairly busy since this is the main road into the city of Eagle from the freeway, but if this road is part of your commute home around 4 to 6 p.m., it can add as much as 25 minutes to your travel time. That being said, as you get more familiar with the layout of the town, there's typically a simple route adjustment to avoid Eagle Road at these times, so it's not usually too much of a problem for most folks. Obviously, all of this buzz and influx of people into Meridian can't be just because of where it's located on the map. Maybe it's because there's so much fun to be had here. So first off, I've got to start the Village of Meridian. It's this amazing spot to hang out with all sorts of shops, excellent restaurants, and a movie theater, and a really cool fountain that does a water show that's set to music every hour. I try to take most of my meetings at Royal Coffee right nearby this fountain because it's such an awesome setting for hanging out and talking with new clients. There's also a new edition of In-N-Out Burger exclusive to Meridian at the moment. If you're into shopping, you probably already know about this next spot, but I'm going to highlight it anyway because it's the talk of the town at the moment. And it's Scheels. It's just like your average sporting goods store, except on steroids. It's a blast, seriously. They've got everything from hunting gear to ping pong tables and everything in between. They just opened their first location in Northeast Meridian this spring. It's actually right off the freeway, and I could not be a bigger fan. It's honestly just a good time walking around, looking at all the cool stuff they have. And we'll usually go with our kids and make a whole outing of it. What's up, Ron?
Real quick, if you're liking this video but you want to know about other areas and different suburbs of the Treasure Valley, make sure to click the link below. I'm giving you a free guide PDF to let you know about the pros and cons of other areas throughout Boise that I maybe didn't cover in this video. Check that out right below for more information.
Do some window shopping, ride the indoor Ferris wheel, check out the fish aquarium, of course. And by this point, the kids are starting to want to break from walking around. So we'll take them to this indoor playground for a bit. And then just right next door to that, they've got a really great food court with some pretty good food, by the way. Just be prepared. You will walk out of there with a shiny new toy because you saw something you just couldn't live without. I know this to be true because it happens to me every time.
Look, I won!
Another fun thing to do is grab some dinner and play some games at Big Al's, which just happens to be by the Village, by the way. Here you've got bowling, arcade games, a 21 and older lounge with pool tables, and some really good food at the sports bar that has a seriously massive 55-foot, yeah, you heard that right, 55-foot screen to watch sports. It's safe for you to assume that this is a pretty hot place to be on a big fight night or a Sunday afternoon during football season. Oh, and please, stop by Topgolf. If you don't know or you're not a big golfer and you've never been, this is a place where you get to enjoy all the fun of golfing without any of the pressure of actually knowing how to swing a club. They've got great diner-style food and drinks to enjoy while you laugh at how bad you and your friends are at golf. It's seriously so much fun. And if you're looking to cool off in the summer, Roaring Springs is a staple for sure. I mean, it's a water park. Do I need to say more? If you're like me and you just want to have some good old-fashioned fun that doesn't cost any money, you know, With my 5 kids, entry fees tend to add up pretty fast for us. You'll want to hear this next part. There is an actual zillion parks in Meridian, and they're all pretty sweet. But if you're just thinking of moving here, I'd start by checking out at least these 3. So there's Settlers Park, Julius Kleiner Park, and Discovery Park. These are the big 3 because each one has so much to do, and people come from all over the valley to play at these parks because of how awesome they are. Like my family, for example, we live in South Nampa. We'll opt to drive the extra 25 minutes to Meridian to go play at any of these 3 parks for this exact reason. They've all got a ton of open grassy areas for multi-use type stuff, splash pads for beating the heat in the summer, and some pretty killer playgrounds. And if you don't know, I'm a bit of a playground snob, so that's saying something. So there's Settlers in North Meridian, and it's unique from the other 2 for being the place to play tennis and pickleball in Meridian. The courts are always full when I'm there. Discovery Park in South Meridian is a favorite for a lot of reasons. There's an awesome sand pit with a few water pumps spread out within the pit where the kiddos can get water to build cool sand castles and make canals in the sand. It's pretty fun and something I've actually never seen at another park before. It also has a super cool, super flowy skate park and a bike park with dirt jumps for all skill levels. I'm talking to your balance biking toddler right now. And right in the same area is a BMX pump track too. It's easily my kids' favorite place to bring their bikes because there's so much for them to ride there being new bike riders. And lastly, Julius Kleiner Park has a bit of everything the other 2 have, like tennis, volleyball, basketball courts, a fishing pond, an enclosed dog park for the pups to run around off leash. But what makes this park so popular in my opinion is that it's right across the street from the village. Guys and gals, I promise this video is not a promo for the village. It's just got the most concentrated amount of stuff to do. With all these awesome things in town to keep you busy, where might you want to live? How's the real estate market in Meridian doing these days? Could you buy your dream house while also living in an amazing community? So let's check that out. So Meridian divides nicely into 2 parts. North Meridian, basically above the freeway, and South Meridian below. And right now, the median home price in North Meridian is $550,000, while in South Meridian, the median price is $623,000, a decent amount more. This makes sense because South Meridian is generally closer to the freeway, a bit less traffic compared to the north side of town, and is growing much quicker because there's simply more space to expand into farmland between Kuna and Meridian. That is where these new homes are being developed, mostly into luxury communities, which also drives the average price up, whereas on the north side of town, it's already expanded as far north as it can go up to Eagle, and most of the new development in North Meridian is closer towards Nampa, like the northwest side of town, where values are just not as high as you get farther from Boise. As a whole though, Meridian home values are 5% higher than last year. So pretty much about what you'd expect to see in a balanced real estate market where supply and demand are pretty close to equal. I just wanted to mention one more thing that I personally believe is the main culprit for the massive growth Meridian has experienced. And really, this is true for the whole Treasure Valley. It's gonna sound cheesy, but honestly, it's the people and the atmosphere that they bring. I've grown up in Boise, so I've been here my whole life, and that typically means I take things like this for granted, but I'm realizing more and more just how uncommon kindness is in other parts of the nation and just the world, I guess, which is crazy because here it's just a part of the way of life. These aren't rare occurrences either. It's multiple times every month that you experience people being friendly for no apparent reason or benefit to themselves. And considering the state of the country today, it's a breath of fresh air to witness and better yet, to be a part of. It's an amazing place to call home and great to be a part of keeping that kindness mentality alive in the community. If you want to know more about Meridian or maybe some of the other areas in the valley, check out my other videos up here. Please let me know in the comments if I missed anything, and you can reach out to me anytime if you have questions specific to what you're looking for and would like some help with your transition to Idaho. That's all I have for now. We'll see you in the next one.